What's up, and welcome back to Opposites Track Podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez.
What's up, everybody? How is your day? How is your week? How is your life?
Going. It's going good.
So,
Hey.
What?
So you got...
Don't be talking shit. Look what you're wearing.
Yeah, but
at least I
wasn't sure if we were getting ready to work out or get drunk.
Both. I am so I'm not even kidding. My body is just I'm exhausted. I had a really hard week, and I've been working out for a week now, and I think the hardest part of it was when I was really sore and I continued to do the workout. What? Shut the hell up, man. But no, I'm exhausted from work. I'm so done. Like yesterday I came home. What did I do? I was I'm getting in the pool.
Yeah, no,
I'm
yesterday
chilling.
when you got done working, you were done.
I'm directing. I'm like, you're making pork chops. I am not cooking dinner. I'll cook the sides, but I'm exhausted. My body's just exhausted. So today, after this podcast, I'm done. I didn't want to take a shower today, but I had to take a shower today so that I wouldn't scare you off.
Today's your day.
What do you mean?
To take a shower. I'm just kidding.
Stupid.
We don't. No, you know what? It's funny because working. Well, it's not true for you. It's true for me though. Working from home. Which I actually went back to work, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But since we've been working from home,
Miguel's been wearing the same underwear for a week.
4 days in a row.
But I'm not complaining because he saves me time on laundry.
No, what I'm saying is when I was working strictly from home and we were just staying home, I would get dressed up just to do this podcast.
No, yeah, that was the only time.
Me putting something like this on, sweatpants.
Yeah.
That's
too much.
Wearing socks and sneakers.
Yeah.
That's dressing up.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you would with sandals.
In a t-shirt.
Your boxers.
Basketball shorts. And flip-flops all day.
Yeah, and he wouldn't shave for shit. Not even for me. So the sad part of it is that once he went back to work, he made sure he shaved and he looked all spiffy, because he has to for work. But I'm thinking, what the fuck? Can you want to look good for me?
So this is one of our arguments that we have all the time, where I never ask Sonja to look. I don't ask you to put anything on. I don't ask you to fucking do anything. I've never asked you to do your nails. I've never asked you for anything.
Yeah. But you don't have to. You know why?
Well, because that's your deal.
Because
do what you want.
Because I know what men appreciate. And I know that men appreciate a woman who takes care of herself. So
and is that me?
I do that.
I have told you more than anything, wear what? Wear something
you don't care.
What? Wear something what?
I could walk around the house with no makeup.
How many times have
gym clothes on?
How many times have I told you?
You're interrupting me.
Go ahead.
I said you wouldn't mind, you wouldn't mind me walking around with gym clothes or no clothes and no makeup, but I think you would get tired of that after a while. And
no. How many times have you asked me, how does this look? How does this look? And I respond with, which one's more comfortable?
I don't remember. But the truth of the matter is, you don't. But that's you. Me, I appreciate it. See how he's getting all...
I'm just saying, I don't ask you.
He's getting upset.
Let me do my thing. If I shave, I shave.
I know, but you know me, and you know what I like. I don't want you... You don't have to shave every day, but I'm saying to impress me, because that's what I like.
Yeah, and I've been home, and I can't grow a mustache or a beard to fucking begin with.
I don't care about that.
When I get to work from home and not have to go anywhere and look like I'm fucking homeless, well, just let me fucking chill.
And I do. But I'm saying...
No. And you do while you're giving me shit about it all the time.
And what I'm saying is that I appreciate those kind of things. And
That's
you know that.
Great.
I'm not expecting you to walk around in a tuxedo all day or a business suit
This
all
is just
day.
a man-woman fucking thing, because I've never asked you to wear anything, to put anything on, to fucking look a certain way.
It's just you.
No, it's you. I've never asked you to do to look a certain way, to put anything on. The only time that I've ever actually said something, and it's not because of me. It's because of you going, like you were going to a business presentation, you had your tits out. And I'm like, you're going to go out. Like, I fucking like looking at your tits, but maybe not for a business presentation.
I never dressed like that for a business presentation.
Well, you never did after I told you something, but I did tell you that. But as far as doing it for me, can you do this for me? Can you? No, just do what you want. Be comfortable.
Men, okay? Because it's not. Most men appreciate their women.
I'm not most men. I don't give a shit.
You know, care for the women to take care of. So,
okay, but don't lump me in with most men.
But you know that's what I like. So why wouldn't you try a little harder?
Babe, I've done it for how long? I've been shaved, but you never said shit. You know what? You know what? I started working in a new position where I would have to get dressed up, and I would hardly ever hear you say shit about how I looked.
What?
Yeah,
I always did. I'm like, oh, you look nice today. Don't tell me I did not. I always complimented you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even before. So as you can see, this is something that, this is something where, we disagree on. And this is something that has not been resolved. But it's just like, if I knew that you liked a certain something, I would do it.
The bottom line is I don't ask. You know me. I fucking pulled a hot tub out of the old house. And you're like, why don't you get somebody? I don't want to fucking ask anybody for anything. I don't ask anybody for shit.
Okay, calm down now. We're talking, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're talking.
Just let me do my thing. Do what you want to do.
And that's fine. But all I'm saying is, if I like that every once in a while.
Okay, we can just go around and around in circles if you want.
Do it. Well, this is something that we need to work on.
Yeah.
But if there's something that I knew you liked to do, I would do that because I know it's something that you appreciate.
And you act like I haven't done that before for you too.
What?
Fucking get dressed for something, shave, or like whatever. Like there's times when I will do something for you. Maybe not very often, but what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? Hey, you know what? Did you notice that I filled up your car the other day?
Yes.
Yeah, and I haven't heard fucking shit about it. All I fucking hear is about how I don't shave and I look like a fucking homeless person.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But,
no, whatever. It's too late now.
Dude, you always have your laundry. You always have everything done for you. I cook most of the time for you. The house is clean most of the time for you.
How many of those things?
The bathrooms are clean most of the time.
How many of those things have I asked for? Do I ask for laundry? Because you know what? If I'm running out of underwear, you know what my thought is? Not Sonja needs to do my laundry. I need to fucking throw laundry in. But I don't ask for anything. But
this is what I'm talking about, though. It's just, knowing what the other person likes and putting more effort into it. That's the bottom line. I mean, there's nothing. You don't have to be huffy and puffy about this.
Yeah. That's fine. Whatever.
Just put in a little more effort. Obviously, though, it's not something that you want to resolve.
Or you could leave your partner alone if they're fucking busting their ass and they're taking care of business.
It goes both ways, though.
I do leave you alone.
No, I'm saying I'm busting my ass as well. I work just as much as you do.
Great. And I leave you alone about it. Fucking do your thing.
No, but we're not. This isn't about work.
It's whatever. Like, I don't ask people for shit, for anything.
I'm not people. I'm your wife.
Anybody.
And you're my husband. It's different.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, here, you guys got to see it firsthand. See? No, this isn't a Mexican fairy tale. We have our differences, and this is one of them. So it's something that we've been going through for a very long time that's not resolved. So if you are an expert, whether it's marriage, counsel, whatever it may be, we would love your feedback on this.
And I think if it's your face, your body, your whatever, do what you want. It's up to you. Hey, I would like you to shave your head because I think you look hot like that. Fucking do it.
Now you're just being a jerk. That's all you're being is a jerk right now.
I'm just saying. I would like it. Oh, you're not going to do that?
I'm not asking you to do anything.
There's celebrities that I've seen with their head shaved and they look pretty good. Dude, some of them look hot.
All I'm saying is to clean up for me every once in a while.
Or not even just shave the sides. You can keep the top long.
That's all
that's
I'm
a new
saying.
style too.
You don't argue about the fact that you have to do it for work. So how about instead of doing it on Sunday?
That's because I have to do it for work.
Instead of doing it on Sunday, how about you do it on Friday when we're together during the weekend?
I do shave during the week when I have to go to work.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have to. Not because I want to. You see, you're making me do more things that I don't want to fucking do.
So what's so funny is that last week I told Miguel, no, this was a couple weeks ago because he was actually letting his hair grow out. And you guys saw, if you watch our podcast, you noticed that Miguel was a little hairy. And I was fine with that. I actually told him to continue to do it. But what I did tell him is like, hey, I
already knew.
What if I let my leg hairs grow and every other part of my body that grows hair? Why don't I just let it all hang loose? And what did you say?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
really.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
What did I say?
I don't remember exactly.
Oh, you don't remember, but it wasn't good, right? But
you weren't happy about it.
Babe, end your story because you just said, I don't know. You said, what did you say? And then you said, I don't know.
I don't remember exactly.
All right,
so I'm not going to say exactly what, because I don't remember. But you weren't too excited about that.
Whatever. It's not my fucking legs and it's not my pussy. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want.
Okay. So you guys got to see the stubborn part of Miguel.
No, it's just me not making you do shit. I've never put you in a position
that's so sad though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because I'm not wanting to make, and that's
it is sad.
Weird because
our
whole podcast is going to be about this, but it's like just wanting to please the other person, just like I want to please you. So yeah, I do things. I go out of my way because I want to please you and I know what you like. And so I'm going to do it because that's who I am. But now that I understand that it frustrates you and you're just not going to do it.
Is it a big deal?
Then I'll just let it go. It's not, but it's something that I appreciate. That's all.
And it's something that I don't feel like doing. So instead you would rather.
So if I didn't feel like having sex with you or blowing your junk, would you be okay with that?
Whatever, babe. Like that's fucking, it's fucking shaving. It has no effect on you.
No, it's just something little that I appreciate.
So you would rather just have me going around doing shit that I don't want to do just because you want me to do it.
This is one little thing.
That has zero effect.
This is one little thing.
No, it's not one little thing. You asked me to fucking get dressed up. And this is the thing too. Like you asked me to fucking put shit on just because.
Around the house?
No, you've complained to me about shit that I've wore. Like, can't you put on a fucking shirt with a collar or something? And it's like, where?
Because we're going out?
No. And you can fucking say that too. Because I have never. What are you laughing at?
I'm just saying.
What are you laughing at?
I'm not asking you to dress like that around the house.
Have you ever said that to me?
I have said that, but it wasn't because we were staying around the house.
You have said that to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Have I ever gone to a place where I have looked out of place because of what I was wearing? No. The answer is no.
Not.
The answer is no, because I know how to dress when I'm fucking going places. This is like we're going to fucking Costco and you want me to put on a fucking collared shirt.
Not true.
Or some bullshit.
Not true. Because I don't go out to Costco dressed up unless it's after work.
Or you know what it probably could be? Maybe going to a birthday party at somebody's house. Or some shit. Like, oh, why don't you put on a button-up shirt? It's like, for fucking what?
Maybe a polo shirt, not a button-up shirt.
No, because I probably would wear a polo shirt to somebody's. Like, if we were going to a birthday party at your dad's house or something, I would put on a polo shirt. But a t-shirt is perfectly fucking fine too. But you're like, oh, put on a freaking button-up shirt or something. But I don't go to places where I look like a freaking idiot.
No.
Is that true or not? Have I ever been in presentations where I look like a fucking sloppy mess?
Of course not.
Oh, because I know how to dress when I'm going places.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me how to dress.
Okay.
Right?
Why are you so heated?
Because it's you just making me do shit that doesn't matter. Just because you don't like this shirt and you'd rather me wear that shirt, or maybe I have a shirt that's already ironed and maybe it's not as nice as another shirt. And you're like, why don't you wear that other shirt? It's like, because I don't feel like fucking ironing it. And this shirt looks fine. That's the kind of shit, right?
We all do shit that we don't want to do. You do it every day for work.
But the thing is that these things don't make a difference.
You know? Well, okay. So it doesn't make a difference.
It does. What does shaving my face do for you? What does me wearing one shirt over another shirt do for you?
It just shows appreciation. It shows that you care about, how I feel. That's all.
This is a tip that I learned somewhere. I can't remember exactly where, but I learned it a while ago. And if you're in a relationship, there's a lot of guys that when their spouse tells them to do, like, hey, can you do this for me? Or can you do that for me? A lot of times people will say, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll get to it. But you already know in your mind that you have zero plans on doing that shit to begin with. So one thing that you can do, and that I've done before, is just say no. I'm not doing that. Because instead of just sitting there and being like, oh yeah, I'll get to that. And then all it does is get your fucking spouse more mad because they're like, I thought you said you were going to do this. I thought you said you were going to do that. Just be like, no, I'm not doing it.
This is something so little that you're blowing out of proportion.
Exactly.
It's something very little.
Yeah, because it's not something that you need to do. I don't ask you for any of that stuff.
So I don't ask you to shave every day.
But you ask me about it all the time.
Liar.
Yeah.
I do not ask you about it all the time.
And I knew that when we were in this quarantine and this lockdown thing, and that I stopped shaving, I knew I was going to fucking hear hell about it when it came. But I didn't,
did I?
Yeah, you did.
I was okay with it.
Yes, you did. But I knew for a fact that when it was time to go back to work, because I wasn't planning on going to work like that. I knew I was going to have to shave so that I can look presentable and all that shit. I knew that I was going to hear shit about it.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah, and it would have been okay, if you would have done it maybe a little beforehand. I don't know. It's just you put more effort into yourself when you go to work. At least that's how it's
not because I want to. It's because I'm going to work.
Yeah, but you don't have to shave every day, but you do.
Because I'm going to work.
Not every day. Your hair doesn't grow back.
Not because of me. Because I'm going to work. Exactly. Don't you understand that?
I do understand.
It's not that I'm doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I have to go to work.
Okay. So, anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah. So, just say no.
Give, take.
Like drugs.
Give and take.
Or not like drugs. But just say no. If you don't have any fucking plans on doing this shit, don't rope your fucking spouse along. And they're like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll get to it. Just be like, no, I'm not doing it. I mean, for real. It's just... It'll avoid some problems. And then if there's a reason why you need to do it, then you guys can talk about it. But if you really just don't have plans on doing something, just be like, I'm not going to do it. So you're like,
pretty much what you're telling me is screw you. I'm only shaving for work. That's all. I plan on looking.
You can take it how you
want. I'm going to look good for work and, I'm not going to shave and whatever. Like, screw you. I'll do me. Because that's you right now.
I have to go to work. So I have to look a certain way when I go to work. I'm dealing with all kinds of different people and, from different customers and suppliers and all kinds of stuff. So I have to look presentable for work. But if I didn't work, I'd shave every once in a while.
That'd be great.
You're so full of shit. You know that? Because when I wasn't in this position, I did shave every once in a while. And you know what I heard? You should shave more.
That's not true.
It is true.
That is not true. Because
Babe, all you've been doing is complaining about how I don't shave. And now you're saying that you don't tell me to shave?
Because I was bringing it to because that's something that we have not talked about. But we always talk about communication, effective communication. Yeah. So I wanted to see exactly how effectively we could communicate regarding this because this is a tough subject for us.
This is a stupid fucking subject.
No, it's not.
Fucking shaving. It's me shaving. It's you making me do shit.
It's me. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Name one instance where I make you do shit.
You don't have to because I do it. Because I know that's what men appreciate.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. So yeah, like I was talking about before, I was in this one position and I was doing that for a while and then I got called back to my old position. So I had an assignment where I was dealing with suppliers and customers and all kinds of stuff. And they needed some help back in my old department. So I got sent back so that I can work on the aircraft. And man, when I went back, it was like such a sense of relief. Like I almost kind of like, this is what I should be doing, because sitting at a desk and sending emails and looking at spreadsheets and presentations and meetings and all that kind of stuff, like it's all right. But being on the aircraft and looking at stuff and stuff that's really important, you know, like you're looking at the blades of the helicopter, you're looking at the head, the tail rotors, like all these things, like they're really important. So when I got back to my old apartment and I started just kind of looking around and getting in the helicopter, you know, I kind of felt like this is where I believe I belong. Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know?
Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do?
I don't know. Or maybe it could just be that I'm just way more comfortable because I know that so much better. But even as far as just the work itself goes, like I enjoy that better. I enjoy looking at the aircraft. But this is the thing. I was talking to somebody about it, and it is that way. But no matter what, once you've been doing, like if you're forced to do anything, you don't want to do it. So working on aircraft, if you're forced to be there a certain amount of time, as cool as the job is, eventually you get tired of it. Because it's like, well, you need to be here for this amount of time. You need to go home at this time. You need to work this much overtime. You need to do all these things. And even though the work is cool, it gets old. You know?
Yeah. Because you get used to it.
It's not so much that you get used to it. It's that it's everything else that comes with the job, you know?
So when you went back to work, because we've been spending, well, I'm normally gone during the day, but I get to choose my schedule. So there's times where I'll decide to work in the evening and spend time with the kids during the day. Or I'll, decide that I'm going to work in vice versa. Okay. And Miguel's been working from home. So we've been seeing a lot more of each other. But even though we've been seeing a lot more of each other, we talk less. Like, it's like we're so busy that I'm talking to him while I'm walking away into another room.
That shit has become so frustrating. I've stopped. Like, we'll be walking, or Sonja will walk to another, and we just stop talking. Yeah, like at a certain point in the middle of the conversation, in the middle of the sentence, it just stops.
I don't have time. Like, I don't have time to talk. I'm just printing docs. I'm assigning notaries to signings. Like it's nonstop. It's nonstop. So
this week, our 1 hour that we have to talk to each other, we spent 20 minutes arguing.
Because I haven't. Well, yeah, it's something that's never going to get resolved. But whatever, But it was a good feeling to not have to have you in the house. Like, it gave me time to actually miss you.
Yeah.
Because you've been here and I've been here, so it felt kind of good to have you out of the house.
Yeah.
And
it felt good, like, just going to work, Well,
yeah.
I don't know. It's different.
It'd be hard. Like,
or maybe it's just a change of pace, but yeah.
Yeah. I had a client ask me, she's like, how do you feel about going into other people's homes? I'm like, I'm fine. I'm like, I actually appreciate it. I enjoy it. I'm like, because I'm an extrovert. And if I would have to work at home,
oh, you'd be going crazy.
24 hours, like, I would just go ballistic. So that gives me time to socialize and connect with people and do what I do. So for me, it's relief to be able to go out and meet and talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
I wouldn't be able to do what you do, what you've been doing from home.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then when people say, oh, I work from home.
Doesn't sound so cool anymore.
Exactly. Like, do you really want to work from home? I don't think so. But introverts love it. Like, I've met with a couple of my signers and they're introverts and they are loving it. Like, they are in their realm, or they're in their space.
Yeah,
they enjoy it.
It is convenient, but I guess they have their ups, their pluses or pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of nice. The thing is, like, last week we were talking on the podcast. I actually set my alarm to start getting up earlier, so that I could start working on this book, and then I got a call saying that my schedule was changing.
Yeah.
So now, instead of waking up at the time that I had set to wake up so that I could work on the book, now I have to get up even earlier than that just so that I can be ready for work. So I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not going to get up earlier than 4 to work on the book.
Yeah.
Because I've had I've had this schedule before, and actually this schedule is when I stopped running. Because when we switched to starting work at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was like, you know what? I'm still going to get up and go running. And I did it for a little bit. Like I would get up at fucking 3:30 in the morning or something or 3 o'clock in the morning and go running. And I think I was like a week and a half or 2 weeks in, and it'd be like 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I'd be falling asleep. And I was like, I can't just, like 4 o'clock I think is like the earliest I can wake up, because if I wake up earlier than that, I just start falling asleep throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know, because I would notice I would go to work and I would feel fine. I would come home, I'd be fine. But if at any point in the day I stop fucking moving or I sit down or what, like it was lights out.
Yeah. So our daughter recently started forcing our dog Jane to sleep with her.
Yeah.
I don't know. She just says that Jane makes her feel safe. So she's been sleeping on her own for a couple weeks. And yesterday I had walked to her room and I smelt something funky. I'm like, what in the world? So when she got up, I said, hey, I think you need to look around your room. I think Jane may have, peed in your room, because she closes the door.
So she can't escape.
And so I asked her about it. She said that she had cleaned it up. Well, this morning I walk into her room and I'm freaking blown because it stinks so bad in there. And I look and Jane took a crap in her room.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, where, I'm looking for her, and I come downstairs and I see her chilling on the sofa making jewelry. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Making jewelry?
Yeah.
I'm like, didn't you see Jane pooped in your room? She's like, yeah. I'm like, go clean it. So I went upstairs with her and I saw a towel on the floor. So I lifted the towel and there was hard, like a dry,
half wet
turd. So what happened the other day, Jane took a crap on her floor and she picked it up, but then she covered it with a towel. Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking to myself, what is this little girl thinking? And where does she get this from? Because I'm a very clean person.
I cannot believe that, man.
And I don't know where she I don't understand. But I think it's the age.
It might be the age.
So some of you have an 11-year-old out there. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Is it the age? Because I don't get it. And then I look at her drawers and her drawers are open. And I'm like, dude, your drawers are open. Why are your drawers open? I don't know. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done, because kids are very smart. They are very smart and they will play you. And we've been played. We have been played because Joey plays that dumb card with us too.
Yeah.
And we let them get away with it. But I've been picking up on this now that I've been just talking to them, listening to them more, listening
what were you
to
telling
them
Joey?
Socialize. And I told him, I'm like,
you were saying something to him at dinner yesterday. You're like, I figured you out.
Yeah.
And then he was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's it. That's his phrase. Yes. He's always like, what do you mean?
And then when I shared with him my finding, did you see his face?
Yeah.
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 Like, oh shit. And Audrey starts laughing.
She's like, Mom's onto us.
Yeah. And Audrey starts laughing.
Yeah.
I thought it was just Joey, but no, it's Audrey as well. So we need to whoop these kids into.
Yeah. And if you guys need a belt to whoop your kids, you can pick one up on Amazon. And while you're on Amazon, you can go to oppositesattractpodcast.com. If you click on the support the show tab at the top, you can see all the links to Amazon and Trust Inc. And anything that you purchase through that Amazon link doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps out the show. We get a couple pennies for whatever belt you buy to whoop your kids with. And if you need any notaries, you can use Trust Inc. And Trust Inc. is?
We are a nationwide mobile notary agency. We do a lot of work with title companies and lenders. So, if you're purchasing a home, refinancing a home, give us a call and we will hook you up.
That's at trustinkusa.com. If you also go to oppositesattractpodcast.com, you can see the YouTube videos. You can subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. All the links to our social media is there. You can share it with people. We're also affiliates with Libsyn, which is who we host our podcast with. And most of the big podcasts out there in the world are hosted by Libsyn. If you guys want to give Libsyn a try, go to libsyn.com. You can sign up there. When it asks you for a promo code, if you use promo code OAP, you'll get the rest of whatever month you sign up in for free, and you'll get the next month for free so you can get your podcast going.
There you go. So I was also talking to Adriana about doing things even when you don't feel like doing them.
Yeah.
Because she did not want to pick up that poop. Like, she was just procrastinating. She didn't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
So I had to have a talk with her. There's things that we do all the time that we don't feel like doing, but things that need to get done.
Like shaving.
Like, working through it. And not only for yourself, but also, think about, because I'm noticing that she's very self-centered. Like, she's, selfish. Yeah. And if it doesn't apply to her, or if it doesn't benefit her,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And I'm like, that's not how this works. I'm like, you're going to find yourself with no friends and all alone, because it's give and take. And if all you're doing is taking and taking and taking, you're going to find yourself alone, because these are things that people will stay until they figure it out.
They'll figure it out too.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
It's molding every
these
time,
children is, it's difficult. It's hard.
Well, I think you start to, I don't know, maybe it comes when you're a little bit older or something. Like, you start to realize, like, hey, so-and-so doesn't, like, I help. Or maybe at least I've had that thought where I'm like, you know what, I'm always helping so-and-so, and then I needed help this one time and they just took off, or they didn't. I think I remembered.
Remember when
cleaning.
We moved?
Yeah.
Like, there was nobody around.
Yeah.
There was nobody around.
Well, yeah, you want to know who your real friends are. Move to a new house.
Right.
and see who's going to help you.
Who's going to help you. But yeah, so having to have that conversation, with her as well. Like, she sees us working all day. Yeah. And then she complains when it's like, hey, I need you to do the dishes, or hey, I need you to do this. Yep. I'm like, go in your room. Who bought you all the clothes and your furniture and everything you have?
Oh, she said something today. I was working on the book earlier today. And speaking of which, even though I didn't set my alarm, I have been working on the book a lot more, and I'm going to keep working on it. But I was working on the book earlier, and I hear her saying something like, she's like, I've been working all day, or something like, and I got up out of my chair, but you were already.
We were talking.
You were already handling it.
That's when I was having the conversation with her.
And
you walked in.
Yeah, and I was like, look, be quiet and get to work. I was like, unless you want this to go really bad, go wash those dishes, because I don't want to hear about you've been working all day.
Right.
Like, you've been half-assed cleaning up the shit that's in your room all day.
Right. Yeah.
That should have taken 15 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's a girl thing. I don't know, man.
I think
because
it might
Joey
be,
is very clean. Like, not very clean.
I think it's personalities. It's just different personalities.
Yeah.
Because Joey could have her personality and she could have his type of personality.
That's true.
I don't think it has to do with, boys
and it's not like we're raising them different. They're just different.
They're just different
because
kids.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, these kids are being raised in the same home. How is this one so different than the other?
Well, it's kind of like we were talking about with the camera, how we didn't want to give the camera to Joey because the kids lose shit.
Oh,
and they don't take care of shit.
Yeah.
And then we were kind of thinking about it. It's like, well, that's not really true. Like, Joey does take care of his stuff. Actually, that was kind of a big surprise that he lined up all his Transformers, and he has 50-something Transformers. Out of all the Transformers, like, they've been broken, but we fixed them. Out of all the ones that are broken and missing pieces, those are ones that he got in like a bin that were already used and broken. All the other Transformers, he's got the pieces for. Like, he's taking care of his stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing with that camera where we had a nicer camera that was given to us. And we were like, maybe we should give it to Joey. And then we were like, no, kids, they break shit. They don't take care of anything. But then we were like, well, that's not true for Joe. So we let him have the camera. And he's taking care of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think maybe it's just the personality.
Yeah.
So
maybe, who knows?
So last week we talked about our friend that passed away, and I made a video. I made that clip that I said that I was going to make. So if you guys want to check it out, I posted it last Friday, and I think it was titled "We Lost a Great Friend to COVID-19." And their GoFundMe is linked in the video. So if you guys can support and donate anything, $1, $5, whatever you can, you guys can do that there. And I also said that I was going to call my friend because up until that point, I hadn't really talked to them in forever. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to them a few times, and I apologized and, gave them my condolences.
Did you call Jesusa?
No. And that was because so their whole family got the coronavirus, like the whole family.
Yeah, I know.
They were all sick, and a bunch of them were in the hospital. So at that time, she was still in the hospital, and she recently got out. So they're recovering, and they're doing their thing. But I told them, I was like,
maybe send her a card, or we can send her a card or something like that.
Yeah, we can do something.
But
no, I just apologized, and I just told them that. And you know what? The kind of people that they are too, like I was talking to my friend, and he was trying to he's like, no, I get it. He's like, everybody's got their own lives. We're all busy. You guys had stuff going on. And I'm like, and he's trying to make it okay.
He's making it, yes.
But I'm telling
I'm
like, and I just kept telling him, I was like, no, it's not okay.
Yeah.
There are no excuses.
Yeah.
I was like, I fucked up, but we're going to stay in touch.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that when you've been that person, then you got to actually do it. Because you can say, we're going to stay in touch. And this is kind of like one of those things where you make a commitment to something, because in that moment, something happened and you're emotional and you feel bad, and you make the call and you say that we're going to stay in touch. Mm-hmm. And then the feeling goes away, and you don't talk to them for a while, and then you don't call them again. So it's making that commitment like, hey, they are important people to me.
Yeah.
I need to call from time to time, and hey, how you doing? How's the family?
You won't forget, though.
No,
if they're in your heart, if that is placed in your heart, then that's something that's going to remain there. That's going to be nudging you day in and day out.
Yes, but the thing is it's acting on the nudging instead of being so busy that you don't do it.
You gotta listen to your Holy Spirit.
Hey, I haven't talked to them in a while. I gotta give them a call.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So, but sadly, we lost our friend, but the rest of the family is slowly but surely recovering.
Yes.
So.
Good stuff.
And speaking of the coronavirus and all that, not that we want to get too much into it, but you had sent me a video about this guy, and he was talking about, it's crazy because you sent me the video, and he was a doctor in Texas, and he was talking about this steroid. It's a nebulizer. It's kind of like this little, it's like a smoke machine, or I don't know, like a mister or something that you put a mask on your face, and the machine kind of, you put the medicine in. Yeah, we have one for the kids.
Yeah, we have two.
They're not very expensive. I think you can get them at like the pharmacy, like Walgreens, CVS, or whatever. But as far as COVID goes, that video that you sent me, they were talking about putting some kind of a inhalable steroid in the nebulizer, and that is supposed to be like helping a lot of people with COVID. So you guys can look into that. And not only did you send me that, but later on that week, I was listening to a podcast. I think it was a Fighter and the Kid podcast, because the people from that podcast got the coronavirus too, and they were talking about it also. So it just kind of, I don't know. I've heard a couple things. There's I think like the AIDS medicine, the Z-Pack, which is AIDS medicine mixed with something else, is supposed to be helpful, and that hydroxychloroquine and this steroid.
Yeah, man.
So, I don't know.
It's spreading, and it's spreading quick. Like, in some people it affects, and some it doesn't. And I know that you had said, or from what people were saying, is that a lot of it, older individuals are the ones that are having a hard time. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And people with underlying health conditions. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's you never know. You just don't know. You don't know. Speaking with the doctors and the nurses and
there are statistics.
Our neighbors are nurses as well, and they've been seeing this, and so I don't know. It just all depends. Everyone is different. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
You can only hope for the best. Yep. But in the meantime, you have to be responsible and do what you need to do to keep others safe.
Yeah.
There's so much pushback about wearing a mask. I mean, if it's going to save lives, I don't understand where the pushback is coming from, especially when there's others that can, be carriers and not know that they are carriers and transfer it to others.
Yeah. I don't know. Just do the best you can and take care of yourself. Wear a mask when you're out there. I don't know. Do your thing. I really don't know.
Yeah, the kids are supposed to be starting school online August 5th. And then we decided that we would that we're going to be sending the kids to school.
This is something that I've heard people talk about, but you don't hear anybody I've heard that, I don't know if this is true or not. You guys can look it up. But I've heard the flu is more deadly to kids when they get it. Like if a little kid gets the flu,
yeah,
it's pretty deadly. Or not pretty deadly, but the rate is higher for the flu than it is for the coronavirus. But they don't shut schools down when the flu is happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of the teachers or the people at home. Mm-hmm. Like if the kid gets infected and then the people at home get infected, I don't know if that's the reason. But
my only concern is if there's a teacher that's infected and she passes it to the kids, or a kid that's infected or exposed and passes it to the other kids, and then they come home, and because they've been exposed, does that mean that we have to quarantine for 14 days and we have to, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be, with what I do, that's going to be a pain in the ass.
Actually, that's pretty crazy.
We don't show any symptoms, but my child was exposed to another child or a teacher, but he's not showing any symptoms. So we all have to quarantine ourselves, and that's 14 days me being out, which is fine. I mean, I have other notaries that I can fill the work, farm out the work to, but
yeah, that's something that I don't know, because just thinking about it right now, the job that I'm doing right now, working on the helicopters, the reason I'm doing this job is because somebody was suspected that they had it, and they
sent them
home. They said, who were you in contact with? They said, we were in contact with the inspectors, and they said, send all of them home. And they're quarantined for 14 days. So then they had to scramble and find people to come back. So that's what I'm doing now. But if that's something that was to happen, if the kids get it and I have to notify my job that I've been, in contact with somebody or suspected, I might have to quarantine for 14 days now. How the hell does that work?
Yeah.
Another thing that we were talking about at work is those guys that I used to work with, they got quarantined for 14 days. But I have a new job now that I can work from home.
Right.
So they get sent home for 14 days paid, but they can't work on helicopters from home.
Yeah.
What if I get quarantined for 14 days and I don't have any symptoms, but I can do my job from home?
Yep.
Whatever. You know what? I wouldn't fucking complain about it. Because in a time like this, I'm fucking glad I'm working.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
So what's going on with this other stimulus check?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't know too much about it, but I've heard that there's
Where did you hear that from?
I heard it on the news, on different podcasts that I listen to, or the news podcast that I listen to.
I was going to say, you call your podcast that you listen to a news podcast?
Well, there is a news podcast. I listen to a NBC Nightly News or something like that.
Okay.
That's really the only one. I don't think it's that biased or whatever. And really, it's only like a 15, 20-minute podcast. So they don't get into a lot of depth of stuff. If something catches your attention, it kind of gives you a little bit about everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And if something catches your attention, then you can look into it. But No, they were talking about another stimulus check coming out soon, I guess. I don't know. But one thing that I've heard people talking about that it raises a lot of questions. And like with the protests and everything that's happened, it's like, when they talk about the inner cities and the communities that are struggling, like how we don't have money to help these people for programs and whatever. It's like, but we have a pandemic and all of a sudden we have trillions of dollars to bail people out.
But we're trillions in dollars in debt?
And then
how does that work?
Now we're going to do it again. We're going to do another stimulus check. He's like, how come before the coronavirus happened, how come we couldn't have the money to help the communities that need help?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something's not right.
And it's all unfolding. People are now, they're taking a stance. They're now recognizing that, I don't know, man, government sounds like a joke. There's just so much crap that's going on. And,
yeah,
you know, I mean, the president, it's like if you are famous, okay, if you are famous and wanting to run for president, do it because you just might win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Because it's not about who is qualified.
The best person for the job.
It's like, who has the most followers? That's scary.
It's
Oprah. Okay, we need a hashtag Oprah.
Oprah and The Rock. But no, there was that video. If you guys, it's a really good video. Look up Andrew Schultz. He's a comedian. And Andrew Schultz and search Tekashi 69. Andrew Schultz, Tekashi 69. He's a rapper who is he's got like rainbow colored hair. He's a disaster. He just got out of prison. But he's got a video where he talks about Tekashi 69 running for president. Remember we watched that? He's like, the American people don't want the best person for the job. They want the person with the most clout, the person that garners the most attention. And I don't want to, you guys need to look it up because the way he ends that video it's kind of scary. Like you're like, oh fuck.
It is scary.
What did we get ourselves into?
Oh my God, it is scary.
But,
is Kanye West still running for president? Or was that just a rumor?
I don't know. I heard that, but I don't know. He might be running.
Holy cow.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, might as well, right?
It all started with, I'll be back.
With the governor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, well, was it you that I was talking to, or it might have been my brother earlier? I don't know, like voting and all that shit. Like, it's just, you know, when I was in the military, I remember being young in the military, and they used to tell us, like, did you vote? Did you vote? And even in the military, like, the young guys a lot of times don't vote. But one thing that they tell you while you're in the military is that you know that this is part of the reason for you serving, is like, you give people the ability to vote. Like your service, your military service, like we keep the country free. Yeah. Part of that freedom is being able to elect the people that we want to lead the country. Oh. So it's a big deal when you're in the military to vote. Like if you don't vote, don't complain about the shit that's happening because you had a chance to say something, to do something, and you did nothing. Right?
Yeah.
But like these days, it does seem like a joke.
Yeah.
It seems like it's all bullshit because like voting it's just a big joke because you look at the people that are running. You have Trump and you have Biden, which are the top two, candidates. There was other people and there are other people that are running for president right now. The thing is that they're not backed by the big political groups, the Republicans and the Democrats. They're independents, they're liberal.
You don't hear about them,
or not
though.
Liberal, but they're independent people, or they're not the people that those parties want representing them. So they may be Democrat, they may be Republican, they may be whatever, but the big part of that group, they don't want them because maybe they won't be able to be controlled or whatever. They want this person, so they prop these people up. So when you have debates, it's kind of like the last election when you had it was Trump and Hillary Clinton. They were having debates, they're doing all this shit, but you don't realize that there's a whole nother panel of presidential candidates that you're not hearing from. Most people don't even know that there's other people. Like right now, all you hear.
Wait, so the news only.
Yes, exactly.
That
should be illegal.
Yeah.
It should be illegal.
Yeah.
It should be illegal. You have debates with Trump and with Joe Biden. There's going to be maybe like 6 other candidates that have their own separate debates that you don't get to hear about. You have to go look for them and find them. But on regular TV, you're only going to see Trump and Biden. So when you vote, you only think that there's Trump and Biden. But there's a bunch of other people that you don't get to hear from because they don't want them out there. Now, Trump and Biden become the most popular people. And if you don't, like when you vote, if the majority of people are going to vote for one or the other, it's almost like you're throwing your vote away. Because if you don't like one guy, then you got to vote for the other guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just all like, you're not giving me any options. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like any of these people. So who am I supposed to vote for? It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
You got one guy that can't remember what he had for breakfast, and you got the other guy who's just a moron and speaks like an idiot. I mean, he may have done some good things
we don't
or whatever.
talk about politics on Opposites Attract podcast.
This is the thing, is that really I don't follow politics, but I hear just the way that he talk, the way that Trump talks sometimes, and regardless of him doing good things or bad things or whatever, he just doesn't sound like somebody that I would want to fucking talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
And I wouldn't, and I definitely, when you hear him talk, he is not, like when you think of a reasonable person, you don't think of them talking the way he talks. Like if you're trying to actually figure stuff out and fix things and do what's best for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this shit's all a disaster. So good luck out there, people. I'm just saying.
Start praying.
You know what I mean?
Start praying.
Shit.
Yeah. Crazy times. Yeah.
So what's going on, babe? We jumping in the pool?
Oh, yes. I am done. Like when we are done, yeah. Don't call me because I won't answer.
Yeah.
I am checking out again. Done. Yes.
You got anything? Anything you want to talk about?
There is something, and it might get heated again.
Let's do it.
But I'm trying to.
Is it jujitsu?
You are very stubborn. Like you're very stubborn, and there's no way to move you. Like I said, if I wasn't the person that I was, like if you were with the old Sonja, we wouldn't be together. We just wouldn't, because like I will listen and I take in what I hear, but I've always put people before myself. I've always taken in their feelings.
Yeah.
But that's just who I am. And I know that's not who you are.
No, I never put people first, and I never listen to anybody's feelings.
You're stubborn as fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
And so, again, I've been working like nonstop, and I come home, I make dinner, and Miguel and the kids started going to jiu-jitsu again. And this was, something, a situation that we had even before, and it never really, I don't know if it got resolved. Maybe it did, because I never really had a problem. Anyways, let's just get to it. So I don't know what day it was, but I was exhausted.
It was Thursday.
I came home. I asked you if you could pick up a rotisserie chicken because my last appointment was at 6 or something like that. So I made the salad, made corn, whatever. And I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, it's 7:30. It's 7:30. You're not home. I haven't gotten a call yet. Usually you'll call me.
Usually I call you when I leave.
When you're,
so
when you leave.
On my way home.
And I haven't. And I know that you still have to go to the store to get the chicken. And, I sent you a text. I'm like, not cool. Because I know how it is. You enjoy jiu-jitsu, and
yes,
time flies. Time goes by. It just flies. But there's a time, there's a clock right in front.
Yes.
Front and center. And so, I didn't get a call or a text or whatever, because I know you guys at the end, you have time to send a text and be like, hey, I'm going to roll for another 15 minutes or something, and I didn't get that. I didn't get anything. I called, and at that point I'm like, okay, he's there. Like, let it go, because I'm just too exhausted. It's too much to argue with you and try to prove a point when you don't hear it from me.
Yeah.
You just don't. You don't hear it. You don't care. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And so I was disappointed and I was hurt by it. And so I didn't say anything because I was upset and I didn't want it to come out a certain way. So I just left it alone. And I'm like, well, I'm going to give myself time. So I didn't talk to you about it.
No.
But it is something, and I can see and
we
I
didn't
can
even
feel
talk
your
all of
energy
Thursday and
because
part of Friday.
because it upsets you. It's like I can't even talk to you. It's but it's like just having that courtesy to send me a text or a call or something to let me know, knowing that I was going to have dinner ready. Like, you were coming home with the main dish.
that situation that just turned out to be a fucking disaster all the way around. But,
and you knew, I know you knew, but I wasn't being an asshole. I was just kind of processing it myself. Like, Sonja, are you blowing this out of proportion? Maybe it's just you. So I'm looking at myself internally to see if, okay, are you wrong? Are you wrong in this? And it's not a big deal. So just let it go. Let it go. But then I'm hurt. Like, I'm hurt. I'm disappointed because it seemed like you just didn't give a fuck. Like, you just didn't care.
So you went to jiu-jitsu. I went, this was on Thursday, but I also went the weekend before that. I went like on, you showed up to class. It had to be. I
surprised you.
You surprised me.
Yeah.
It was either on Wednesday or on Monday.
I finished with my appointment early.
You finished your appointment and you showed up.
Yep.
So our class ended right on time, which is usually 7:00. And then afterwards, so the way the classes work is that we go through our instruction and we practice the moves. And then at the end, at the end of class, we all kind of bow out. We finish the class. And then afterwards, you stay and practice and roll, like you spar. And you practice the moves that you learn. Like, somebody's actually trying to tap you out. And, it's like a real, tournament fight, whatever. So you get to use the stuff that you learn. But if you don't stay later, then you never actually get to put this stuff, you've only practiced the stuff with your partner. And when you're drilling, when you're practicing, they're going to let you do certain things so that you can get the feeling for the movements and the techniques that you're doing. So you don't actually get to practice a live move with somebody actually trying to not let you do these moves. And that's the way that you get better. That's how you move up. That's how you learn. That's how you get better. And for the longest time there, like, you've given me all kinds of shit about not being home at 7:00 on the dot.
Not on the dot. Come on. You're exaggerating.
Yes. No, I'm not.
Yes,
no,
he is.
I'm not. Because
7:00 on the dot.
No, it can't be 7:00
You're
on the
home
dot.
around 7:15 or 7:20.
No, because I get out exactly.
Yeah.
Because I get out of jiu-jitsu at 7, and it takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get home. So if I say bye to somebody, I'll see you next week, pack my shit up, I'm going to get home at 7:20, 7:25. But that's not good enough. I mean, or like that, I have to be home at 7:20, 7:25. If not, you're not happy. Like, it could be 15 minutes later, and like 15 minutes gives me the opportunity to roll twice. And I've told you that before. And for you to say that I put that you put everybody else first and I don't, and all I care about is myself is fucking complete bullshit.
No, I'm talking about jiu-jitsu. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
You know why? Because in jiu-jitsu, and it's not every day. It's not every day. It was that day. Every once in a while, I stay a little bit later so that I can fucking practice something that I enjoy. Is that okay?
And not only that.
And I understand that I can give you a call. Like, I can, or send you a text, and I didn't do that. I should do that.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. Just let me know. Hey, I'm going to be a little late.
No, but you've also given me all kinds of crap.
When was the last time I did? You know, like you make it seem like I'm on your ass all the time. Like you made it seem earlier about shaving your face. I don't give you a hard time
No,
you
but
act like I'm on your ass all the time.
No, but I could predict
not.
when you're gonna be on my ass about shit.
Okay. Well, I hope so. We've been together for 12 years. You know, but it's just.
But this is the thing: is if I stay 15 minutes later to roll twice, what's the fucking problem?
Call me, dude.
We can eat dinner 15 minutes later.
You were bringing.
So look, you showed up on the other day, and you saw exactly how class went. Class finished
at
right
7.
on time at 7.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hey, I'm gonna roll once or twice. We didn't leave there till 7:20.
And there's times where I'm working late, so I don't care. But this night...
no shit, you don't care because you're not there.
Because I'm working. I'm working, my love. I work. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
I have a business I'm running.
Yeah,
so,
but you don't... But
I'm
you don't,
home late sometimes.
Listen, exactly. You're not there, and I'll roll once or twice, and then we leave and get dinner. So what does it freaking matter if I'm home 15 minutes later?
Okay, but this day... I
get it. You had stuff made.
And you never even apologized. You never said, I'm sorry.
It's not like that day, I left maybe 7. I stayed for like an extra 20 minutes.
Okay. No, I get that, but I never got.
No, but what happened that day? No, but that's fine. We can eat 15, 20 minutes later.
Okay.
But that day, I went to go pick up the chicken. They didn't have it at like fucking 2 or 3. I had to go to 3 stores to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have it at the local grocery store. I went to Walmart. They didn't have it. I had to go to another one.
Yeah.
So, but either way, like, god damn, man, there's shit that I enjoy and everything, and it's like,
I'm fine with that.
Man, you know what? A lot of times there's things that I like. Fucking video games. For some reason, you had a problem with that when I was playing that.
Oh, come on, dude. God, you know why?
No,
that was a huge problem from the beginning of our marriage when the kids were trying to talk to you.
Even still,
and you were stuck on your game.
If I go fire up the freaking video game, you get feelings about it. And don't say that you don't.
Yeah, because of
I could do it. I could do it today.
Yeah.
Oh,
because of what happened previously.
Now you got video game PTSD.
I do. Anyways, you never apologized. You didn't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have texted you. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I should have texted you. I'll text you next time. But can I do some shit that I like, please, without being fucking bothered about it?
But you do. I am not a woman who's on you all the time. I hardly, like, during the day, most women are calling their... I don't do that to you. I'm not a jealous woman. I don't check in on you all the time. It has
nothing to do with being jealous.
Well, the fuck? I'm just saying, I'm not on you. Like, where are you? Where are you? No, this specific day... you knew because we had a talk about it, so that's it.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine if you would have been, hey,
no,
I'm sorry.
I should have called you. But I'm just telling you, and it's not like, that whenever it comes to, like, you want me fucking out of there as soon as we bow and we get the fuck out. It doesn't work that way. And what if I enjoy it? And you know I do.
Well, yeah, that's why. I mean, you leave here at 4:30, baby, so you can go help.
Dude, the other
teach
day,
the class.
The other day, like you've started working out, and that's great. And I don't like do your thing. The other day,
I go next door. By the way, I've been working out with my neighbor next door,
and it takes 3 hours. And but the first day, it was like, oh yeah, we got to work out. It's gonna be an hour. And fucking 3 hours later, and you're not home. Did I say one fucking word about anything?
No, but we didn't have plans. There was no plans.
All I'm saying is I let you do what you want to do.
And I'm next door. If you need me, text me.
Babe, I don't care if you're at the fucking gym, if you're on the other side of town.
But that's what I'm saying.
Do what you want to do, what makes you happy. I'm not going to give you shit about it.
Okay. But it's also respecting the other person.
That I do understand. I should have said something about dinner because you were making stuff. But there's been times where you're not making stuff and it's just one of those.
Oh, that's not true.
Okay.
It's always dinner. When dinner's cold, dinner's cold. That's the only time.
Okay.
So, hi everybody. I made it like I was going to do. A lot of people, and I get this all the time, like comments about us, and it's like, no, we are real. Like, I don't want you guys to think that everything's just perfect and here, I want you guys to know that there are things that we do go through, and there are things that we do have problems communicating about. And I brought them both up today on purpose.
That's fine.
Because I want people to see that we don't have it all together. We're still learning how to better communicate, how to, just
and we'll
get better.
And we'll sort this out.
And so
and there you have it.
I had a friend call me, and she's like, "You and Miguel look like you just have this perfect relationship." And
wait till they listen to this one.
For 12 years, and my husband and I, we have so many differences, and we can't even talk. And that's not a situation with Miguel and I. Like, we can talk, and I decided not to bring this up to him before the podcast because I wanted you guys to see the real thing. Because this was something that was on my mind for a couple of days about the jujitsu. And so, I decided that I was going to bring it up on the podcast so it would be fresh and new, and that you guys would get a real response from both of us. And, we would love your guys' thoughts on this. Those of you that have been married, 20 plus years. If you've only been married for 5, I don't want to hear from you. No. But if you've been married for a long time, you probably understand what we're going through, and you may have some advice. We are always open to getting advice, and always open to learning and growing so that we can, become better and continue to have a happy marriage.
Yeah. And I'm very happy with you. I'm still in love with you, and we still, even though we argue and we fight about shit, like, you do put the family first, and I put the family first too. As I'm not. Yeah, there's things that I enjoy, there's things that I like, but when it comes to everything, just about everything, I put the family first. I put everybody before. Actually, I put everybody else before me usually. Like, I'm the fucking last person. So I'm.
And that's something,
and that is what fucking bothers me. Is that all the time my focus is everything and everybody else.
No, I get it. I get it.
But then when I start getting shit about things that I want to do or that I like or things that I don't feel like doing, it's like, yeah, it's irritating.
I understand that too.
I don't give you shit about stuff. I give you shit about shit you give me shit about. Figure that out. I give you shit about shit that you give me shit about.
You're stupid.
Anyway, so we've come to the end of the podcast. Make sure you guys go to oppositesattractpodcast.com. Thank you for being with us. Thank you to all our new listeners, new followers. And we will talk to you guys next week.
Until then, bye.
Bye.